This is our video for Chapter 7, Lesson 3B. This is another lesson that does not exist in your textbook, but it is something we have to talk about. It's called the triangle inequality theorem, and that is more of the high school geometry name, but the formula is not very hard for us to do, and it helps us determine if a triangle can actually be built. So, first note, every triangle has two short sides called legs and a long side called a hypotenuse. Think about it. You have two legs, so does a triangle. The hypotenuse is a long word, and that goes on the long side. Excuse me. You have a triangle like this at the top of page 6 in your notes, so please make sure you label those three parts to it. One hint, sometimes it's hard to tell which sides are the legs, which side is the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is always going to be across from your biggest angle. In this case, our biggest angle is the right angle here, so the hypotenuse sits across from it. Next important note, the triangle inequality theorem helps us to determine whether three side lengths can be used to construct a triangle. This is probably something you have never taken the time to think about, but believe it or not, if I give you three different lengths of pieces of wood, you're not necessarily able to create a triangle with three random sides. Remember, a triangle is a closed figure where all three sides match up perfectly. Nothing is sticking out here at the edge. There's no gaps like that. So there actually is a lot of math that goes into creating a triangle. And the math is the formula right here. The formula says that if you add together the two legs, you have to always get a number greater than the hypotenuse. Technically, the theorem itself says any two sides have to be added together to be greater than the third. But if we always focus on adding the two legs together, because there are two shortest sides, as long as we get a measurement bigger than the hypotenuse, we know we can create that triangle. So let's take a look at a practice problem. This is number 1 from your notes. It says, can a triangle be constructed with side lengths 6 centimeters, 9 centimeters, and 12 centimeters? Well, remember, our formula, and we're always going to begin by writing the formula. Every time you're going to write leg plus leg is greater than hypotenuse. Our first part is to figure out what numbers are going in for the legs. Well, remember, the legs are the two shortest sides, so 6 and 9 will be our legs. 12 is the longest side, so that will be our hypotenuse. So we do a little substituting. 6 plus 9, they go in for the legs, and we hope the solution to that is greater than 12, our hypotenuse. If I simplify this side of the inequality, 6 plus 9 is 15, and it is true that 15 is bigger than 12. So yes, we can create that triangle. Let's try number 2 together. Can a triangle be constructed with side lengths 9 meters, 15 meters, and 2 meters? Well, remember, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to begin by writing our inequality. Leg plus leg has to be greater than the hypotenuse. Next, we determine which lengths are the legs. Well, 15 is our longest side, so that's going to be the hypotenuse. That means 9 and 2 are going to be the legs. 9 plus 2, and we're hoping to get a number greater than 15, our hypotenuse. Simplify the left side of the inequality, I get 11. And I'm noticing that 11 is not greater than 15. This is actually a false statement. And since we got a false statement here, that means no, we cannot create a triangle with those three side lengths. 9, 2, and 15, that 2 side is just too short. So this triangle may end up looking something like that, where it doesn't quite close. Okay, that is your triangle inequality theorem. You have some really good thinking questions coming up. Questions number 3, 4, and 5. So make sure that you use the formula. Number 3 is a really good one where there are multiple different answers. So I look forward to seeing what you have for me. Tonight, your assignment is to do problems 3 through 5 on page 6. Don't forget to do your Google form. And I was also looking through your note packet, and if I'm making flashcards for the vocab in this chapter, so far we're up to a grand total of 19. So if you haven't done your flashcards, I would do them now. I've even included the words like skew, parallel, and perpendicular. They're from the first page of our note packet. So make sure you're getting caught up on those note cards, and we will talk more about this tomorrow.